Grass Wonder, a golden legacy of Umamusume. I've been playing for a little over a month, so some would classify that as new player, but I'm definitely not inexperienced. So I have a bit of playtime. I have played for, you know, a little bit. I've played Grass Wonder's campaign like once or twice. If I had to guess what Grass Wonder was like in real life, a American-bred horse went to Japan, probably does relatively well because it's about the golden generation. Maybe maybe the horse parents are also weeaboos. Maybe we got some weeaboo parents because her parents are weebs in the game. Probably does well. Maybe it's just a really chill horse, like a super chill horse unless it loses. Then it's really angry but smiles. Although a horse's smile is, don't look a gift horse in the mouth. You know the saying?
It's funny how works of media can bring people together, whether it be modern art, literature, movies, or in this case...
Oh, wait. I'm so sorry to pause right at the beginning. I'll go back after this. This video came out like... Yeah, this came out like relatively... Probably like right after Grass Wonder's passing. So that's also a factor. It's probably going to talk about that. Although Grass Wonder's not the most prominent in recent passing. Rest in peace, the goat, Harura. Okay, YouTube. Grass Wonder, a golden legacy. Off to a great start. Brain mush. Let's go. We got this.
It's funny how works of media can bring people together, whether it be modern art, literature, movies, or in this case,
a video game.
Horse racing game. Umamusume has reached a global scale, impacting the lives of many trainers eager to learn more about their favorite Umas.
It's impacted me. It's impacted me for better or for worse. Actually, wait, you know what? Better or worse, and also this gives me a good chance to ask this question. I've been farming lots of sparks. Hey, Uma players who played for a long time. This is your cue to answer the question in the YouTube comments. Alright, so I have this 2-star speed, and good white sparks. Like, sure, yeah, they're not 3 stars, but like I have a good variety of 3 sparks and like the same parents. Or a full-on, like, just 9 speed, although just like not as good, like only a few like a 1-star for long, her skill's a 1-star, and like 2 1-star white sparks. But like overall, at the end of the day, she's still a 9-speed spark. So I'm trying to figure out like what's actually just better for general use, like an 8-speed with like all these extra white sparks and like her mile being a 2, although it sucks her skill isn't higher, or a 3, like a full-on 9-star with like lackluster weights. Okay, back to video. Like, I was a pretty new Uma player when Grass Wonder passed, so I was like, oh, that's sad. And then I like moved on. Like, Harura's passing hit me a lot harder than a horse. No worries. Yeah, Haru's passing hit me a lot more than I thought it would, because it's not like I met the horse, and well, I think it's just, yeah, Haru's great, Haru's fantastic, and she's just a beacon of optimism that I think anyone would like. Haru is one of the few fictional characters who, if you don't like them, I think there's something wrong with you, and I probably think a little less of you. Like, you know, like what you like, dislike what you dislike, but still, like, why? Why is my answer if you dislike Haru?
I wouldn't be here if it weren't for this game, and you wouldn't be watching either without the global release.
True.
So with this newfound platform, I wanted to take today to honor the legacy of an Uma whose real-life counterpart has unfortunately passed away a few days ago. This isn't just a video of his life and career, but also a tribute to his legacy and the closing of an iconic era with his passing.
The last of the golden
This is the
generation to pass,
story
right?
of Grass Wonder, the last remaining racehorse of the golden generation. Grass Wonder was a chestnut horse born on February 18, 1995, at the Darby Dan Farm in Kentucky. Despite being raised in Japan, Grass Wonder was a racehorse originally born in America. His sire was Silverhawk, an American-bred thoroughbred who was widely known for producing strong offspring. Hawks chose.
What the? I'm so sorry to pause early. Like, beautiful horse, but what on earth is that on its like leg? It looks like a actual brand type thing. Was Brandon like maybe Brandon was a thing at that time and wasn't really that frowned upon, because that looks like a way too specific to be like just any type of marker, you know what I mean? And that looks kind of like a burn, maybe. Although it would be, that would be the coolest fucking fur patch of all time if it was just, you know, a random fur pattern.
Were commonly adept to turf courses. Diving further back into Grass's sire's lineage also reveals a connection to Hail to Reason, an American champion 2-year-old colt of 1960. Grass's dam was a mare of Flora, an unraced mare who came from a lineage of memorable horses. Flora's grandsire was Northern Dancer, yet another famous racehorse, this time from Canada. Dancer would display a monstrous racing career, with the lowest placement.
Damn. So she just has like a fucking stacked bloodline is what I'm hearing. And I'm assuming that like European racehorses were like not suited for Japanese turf, if I remember correctly. I'm assuming that's not the case for US and good old Canada. Like they're the horses from there probably can still traverse fine on Japanese turf and dirt.
Being third place over the course of 18 races in the 1960s. Northern Dancer would be the first non-human inducted to the Canadian Sports Hall of Fame, and was amongst the most successful stallions of the 20th century. Just like Hail to Reason, Dancer's lineage would also provide Grass Wonder with a great skill of adaptability on the racecourse. In September of 1996, Grass Wonder was placed in the Keeneland sale. This sale was standard in the world of horse racing, where racehorses are purchased by new owners and trained for future racing careers. The Derby.
So like a horse auction type thing? And also it makes it sound like Grass Wonder is like a Swiss Army knife, which, I mean, kind of fits her in game. Although she very much in game, she often feels like a jack of all trades, master of none. At least that's what I've kind of felt during my campaigns, but maybe I just haven't unlocked her full potential because I don't have the money to unlock everyone's full potential.
Darby Dan Farm, where Grass was born, mainly makes money through breeding and racing, with the sale of foals and yearlings playing a big financial role at the farm. It would be at this sale that Grass Wonder would catch the attention of Hanzawa Ltd., who would pay $250,000 to purchase Grass Wonder and bring him back to Japan. Grass Wonder, despite the name's seeming simplicity, does have a meaning behind it. Grass refers to the Hanzawa's clan name, while Wonder refers to his sibling, Wonder again, who was a 2-time G1 winner in the USA. Upon arriving in Japan, Grass Wonder.
Okay, so yeah, that what names means. Makes sense. Yeah, makes sense. Brilliant insight. 10 out of 10. Oh, the name means different, comes from potential lineage stuff? Oh, who could... Okay, let's go.
Wonder would be
Scuff,
placed
let's
under
go.
the care of Mitsuhiro Ogata, who'd begin to train Grass for future races to come.
What trophy is
Grass
that?
Wonder would debut on September 13, 1997, at the 3-year-old Shinma tournament at the Nakayama racecourse. Grass Wonder, despite this being their debut, would be the fan favorite to win this race. This was due to the strong lineage Grass Wonder came from and the high expectation for him to perform at his debut. Grass Wonder would be jockeyed by Hitoshi Matoba, a familiar name if you've been following this series. Matoba would famously jockey Rice Shower, with his Triple Crown upsets earning him the nickname Hitman. Grass Wonder would live up to the expectations set.
Damn, just having a nickname as Hitman. Okay, so Rice Shower also, yeah, I guess that makes sense. Rice Shower would be effectively be a spoiler for other victories for like the Triple Crown, because that's her story mode type thing. Even though I haven't played her campaign, I like the story mode from like the story mode main story. Good job
for him.
Oh, Cracker Barrel! Wow. I don't think cheese is good for horses. That would, like, probably be, like, humans aren't great at digesting cheese already. Horses might actually have a better time. Maybe worse.
Winning his debut race by 3 horse lengths. It was clear that Grass had a knack for racing, and due to his strong lineage, was more than capable of performing on the race course. Unlike many horses' first year of racing, Grass Wonder would aim to compete in nearly every level of the graded races, these being G3, G2, and G1 graded races. Following his victory debut, Grass would compete in the Ivy Stakes. Unsurprisingly, he'd be the fan favorite to win once again. Just like his debut race, Grass Wonder would claim victory once more, this time with 5 horse lengths between him
5
and
horse
second
lengths, oh
place.
damn.
It would be after 2 ungraded races, and in the first year of Grass's career, that he would enter his first graded race. On November 8, 1997, Grass Wonder competed in the Keisei High Sansei Stakes, a G2 graded race held in Tokyo. Even with this being a G2 race, hopes were still high for Grass Wonder to continue his winning streak. To no one's surprise, Grass Wonder's winning streak would continue with yet another first place finish.
Not going to lie, the way he was like saying that up made it sound like they were going to lose, because I'm assuming like obviously they'll lose at some point. You win some, you lose some, but also like part of Grass Wonder's like character is like she hates when she loses. Also, I wonder, will there be any connection with Marazinski? Because in her campaign, she's like, the Beast's successor and all that, and she's like, I really hate that title. I want to surpass her. I want to be my own person. So, is there also going to be comparisons to the real life Marazinski? Although, real life Marazinski may be retired at this point. I don't know.
Winning a G2 graded race, there was only one test left of Grass Wonder's strength.
A G1.
This would be participating in a G1 race. G1s are the pinnacle of the racing world in Japan, bringing the strongest horses to each competition. On December 7, 1997, Grass Wonder participated in the Asahi High Sansei Stakes, with 2 notable competitors being Minor Love and Agnes World. Agnes would have a winning streak of his own, while Love had competed in previous races against notable horses like King Halo. Despite
the King Halo? You beat... Wait, did they beat King Halo?
Had competed in previous races against notable horses like King
Wait, did it win?
While Love had competed in previous races against notable horses
okay, they
like
competed.
King Halo.
They didn't beat King Halo because they are the superior horse.
Despite the G1 grade and the participation of other strong horses, Grass Wonder was still the fan favorite to win by a large margin. Grass Wonder wouldn't only break away from the pack and secure first place, but would also set a record time of 1 minute 33.6 seconds. With 4 victories under his belt, Grass Wonder would end the first year of his racing undefeated, placing first in every race he participated in. Due to the sheer display of strength and the winning streak, Grass Wonder would be named the strongest 2-year-old horse in Japan in
Wonder Boy. Probably, yeah, just saying, it's a horse, it's young, it's a boy. Grass Wonder, Wonder Boy. Makes sense. I did have something else I wanted to add. Oh, is it also a pace chaser in... Although, I'm assuming in... Voice crack? I'm assuming in, like, actual horse racing, like, terms like front runner, pace chaser, end closer, late surger, like, those are, like, actual strategies in real horse racing. So I'm assuming... But you know what they say about assuming. But I can't show you my ass. I won't show you my ass.
the year 1997. Now, I know what you may be thinking. Pyrex, Grass Wonder is in Umamusume's first. Now, I know what you may be thinking. Pyrex, Grass
Yes,
Wonder
yes.
is in Umamusume's first season, but you haven't talked about the parallels at all yet. That's because Grass Wonder's career in the anime follows his history between 1998 and 1999. This
Okay.
period would spark a fierce rivalry between several notable names in Japanese horse racing history, and provide many triumphs and upsets over the span of these 2 years. Unsurprisingly, entering the year 1998, expectations were high for Grass Wonder to perform well once again. Coming off an undefeated year, fans were eager to see a winning streak continue. One interesting thing to note about Grass Wonder's career is the absence in participation for the spring season. Reflected in Umamusume Season 1, Grass Wonder is unable to race against anyone in Tracing Academy due to a leg injury she's recovering from at the start of the season. This will reflect events that would occur in March of 1998, where Grass Wonder would sustain a leg injury. This will put Grass at the 8.
So sorry. Not the... Yeah, are those like... I don't think those are like actual bracers or casts, but they kind of like... They look like something. I doubt they would give ankle weights to a horse while racing. That seems very counterintuitive. Like, maybe it's like something to make sure, like, whatever sprain or minor injury doesn't, like, resurface. That is, like, something on its legs, because it doesn't, like, look like it's part of its body.
Grass Wonder would sustain a leg injury. This would put Grass out of the competition for the spring season, and force him on a road to recovery. As a quick refresher, at this time, Grass Wonder was not eligible to compete in the Japan Triple Crown Series. This was due to Grass Wonder being a foreign-born horse brought to Japan. Regulations were in place against foreign horses competing in G1 races, in which all 3 legs of the Triple Crown reside. Returning to racing on October 11, 1998, and after 10 months away from the race course, Grass Wonder will participate in the Lineage Okan. This race is reflected in Umamusume. However, the focus of this race is between Silent Suzuka and El Condor Pasa. This is due to the fact that Grass Wonder, despite the long hiatus, had still not recovered to full strength.
Yeah.
Grass Wonder had periostitis on his left front leg.
Okay, yeah, it is a bracer. Periostitis. I think I pronounced that correctly. Yeah, like, still hasn't fully recovered, is probably, like, not fully rusty, but, like, it's not like they can do super intense training while they have a periostitis.
Possibly caused from the strain on his other leg due to the previous fracture. This condition is described as the inflammation of the periosteum, a tough membrane that covers the bones in the body.
Yes, I understand
this would
that.
cause pain, tenderness, and swelling of the affected area.
Why do horses always look so sad? Like, damn it. No. No. Why do horses always look so... Like, it looks so sad in this shot. Was it injured at the time? And that's why it looks so sad? It's so sad. I want to give it a hug.
Area. In the anime, prior to Grass Wonder's participation in the Lineage Okan, we see her practicing all she can in order to seize yet another victory. Even her trainer advises her not to overdo it, at risk of injuring herself again. Knowing Grass Wonder's condition, Matoba, Grass's jockey, was presented with the choice. In addition to Grass Wonder, El Condor Pasa was also participating, Matoba being the primary jockey for both. Mitsuhiro Ogata, due to Grass's current condition, advised Matoba to jockey El Condor Pasa. Even though Pasa was strong and in far better shape over Grass Wonder, after heavy deliberation, Matoba would stay by Grass Wonder's side and jockey
loyalty
at the Lineage Okan.
Go back a few seconds. Yeah, that is some loyalty. Being like, oh, I could be with this El Condor Pasta, who is also originally from Kentucky or the US, which I didn't. I'll say this now, from Umamusume, I did not assume that. That threw me for a loop, because when it came to origin, I would guess anything but the US. But yeah, that's some loyalty, just sticking with Grass Wonder.
Matoba would stay by Grass Wonder's side and jockey him at the Lineage Ryokan. Grass Wonder's participation in the Lineage Ryokan in the anime is brief, only showing her marking Silent Suzuka just to be distanced as the race continued. Just like in the anime, Matoba would attempt to keep a mark on Silent Suzuka.
It was just
However,
too fast.
He soon found Grass Wonder stalling slightly, drifting further back. Ultimately, this would be Grass Wonder's first defeat, placing 5th at the Lineage Ryokan. Despite the loss, Matoba would later regard that the outcome wasn't bad whatsoever. For not racing for a 10-month span, it was understandable that Grass Wonder wasn't.
You would be pretty rusty, and you're still like on the come up for that injury. Like you're still not like at full 100%. You're still like not feeling too hot. Yeah, that's like respectable. Like you wouldn't fail the career at 5th. You would just get +1 to all stats.
Back to his full potential. This hits incredibly hard if you know Matoba's history, being the jockey that rode Rice Shower in his final race at the Takarazuka Kinen in 1995. These events are reflected in the Umamusume anime, where following the Lineage Ryokan, we see Grass Wonder completely dejected as she exits the race course, only to encounter her trainer, Hana Tojo. Tojo, in the Umamusume universe, seems to be a strict trainer who wants only the best out of her Umas. Even so, after this crushing defeat, she acts to comfort Grass Wonder, stating that she'll peak at her next G1 race. The Lineage Ryokan is a...
Will she be a support card later? Like, I know there's... Oh, man. Like, whenever there's the Power Rice Shower SSR, there's another, like, friend, which apparently is meant to be ridiculously strong. And I know friend cards are actually not that bad. Like, it's just sometimes awkward and finicky to fit one in your deck. Especially just with the relatively limited slots you got. And you want like an X amount of speed usually, and then like usually you want like 2 of like another secondary stat, although you can do like a classic like 3 speed, then like 1 power, 1 stamina, 1 wit, which is usually a healthy spread. I usually don't struggle too much if I haven't had too many issues with that spread, but that might also because I have a like basic fine motion, I have a maxed out zoomer Helios, I have a MLB, that late surger flash SR, yeah, Helios. Like, I have like overall, considering I tried the whale for an MLB Super Creek and almost got it if I wasn't blocked by her. Overall, side tangent over. Continue video. Woo.
G3 graded race, and the next race would be of the same category. On November 7, 1998, Grass Wonder will participate in the Argentine Republic Cup. Once more, this race will result in an even lower placement for Grass Wonder, ending the race in 6th. Originally, the plan was to recover and come back eventually to compete in the Japan Cup in 1998. After the back-to-back losses, that goal would ultimately be abandoned, with some criticizing the choice made by Ogata. Both Ogata and Matoba wondered at this point if Grass Wonder would be able to secure victories like he did in the first year of his career. Even with these doubts, Grass Wonder would set a new goal: the Arima Kinen, which should be held on December 27th.
The horse set the goal, not the jockey? Okay.
While training for the Arima Kinen, Grass Wonder would not respond well to Matoba's whipping, signifying a possible disconnect between racehorse and...
A horse not responding well to whipping. Like, I know they have, like... They respond differently to humans than being whipped, but yeah, I don't think many horses would like being whipped by people. Especially, like, constantly.
Jockey. Due to this, several of Grass Wonder's competitors considered his career all but over. A horse that once showed great promise reduced to one that could barely chase after 5th place. Even with the doubt from his competition, there were still those who believed in Grass
A
Wonder's
solid second
capability.
place.
Aside from the difficulty synergizing with Grass Wonder, both Matoba and Ogata continue to train for the Arima Kinen. One interesting thing to note in Season 1 is an interaction that occurs in Episode 7. Though brief, it plays a tremendous depth to Grass Wonder's career. In Episode 7, after suffering the 5th place finish at the Lineage Ryokan, Grass Wonder approaches Maruzensky, inquiring
The
to train
Beast.
alongside her.
Oh,
After
ad.
8 hours of relief with Buckley's dry cough, it tastes awful.
Are you trying to tell me I'm sick?
Though this
She approached the Beast. Which I think actually also happened... Wait. Man, I played Marzinski's campaign so much, but I usually do short modes at this point. Like, she does get a pro... Well, no, I know for certain she... Like, Grass Wonder wears herself out in Marzinski's campaign and, like, is at the infirmary for a little bit, and she's like, yo, what's up? What the fuck's up? And Grass Wonder's like, well, I have to train hard to catch up to you, and then Marzinski's like, just chill, and then you beat her anyways. Yeah, it's not like she's hyper focused on escaping your shadow or being no longer called the Beast successor. That's not rough on her at all. Okay, side tangent over. Continue.
come across as a simple determined gesture to grow stronger. It actually ties to real-life events.
Oh,
Following Grass Wonder's multiple wins in 1997, many will refer to him as the second coming of Maruzensky.
the Beast
This stems from
successor.
the fact that both horses were of foreign lineage and displayed exceptional talent while racing. The main race aiding to this
Oh, so wait, the rules for like foreign horses was definitely still applied even back then, so Marzinski just could not enter those events. But yeah, okay, the Beast successor thing was real. I guessed that correctly, yippee.
title would be the 1997 Asahi High, where both Maruzensky and Grass Wonder would display impressive victories. Season 1 of Umamusume is full of horses who competed against one another during their careers, and the 1998 Arima Kinen is a prime example of that fact. This race would include Grass Wonder, Seiyun Sky, Air Groove, King Halo,
King
Mejido
Halo.
Dober, Mejido Bright, and Matikane Fukukitaru.
Fucking name. Well, oh no, I'm not going to rant about her career. Like, her career is fun. I like how like two part of her goals are random, but man, there were some struggles.
In this particular race, Seiyun Sky, the underdog of his generation, would be the fan favorite to win. Grass Wonder would be third under Mejido Bright and Air Groove. An important note is the fact that Matoba, Grass's jockey, was known for his target marking strategy. Matoba had a clear mastery in marking certain racehorses and maintaining chase throughout the race. Grass Wonder would hang in 7th to 8th place for a majority of the race before advancing after the third corner. Keeping a lock on Seiyun Sky, Grass would overtake him in the final 200 meters, claiming a win at the Arima Kinen.
Yippee!
This victory would be nearly a year after Grass Wonder's Asahi Cup victory in 1997. It is also
Still
important
got
to
it.
note that Matoba, despite jockeying several famous racehorses, didn't gloat after a victory. Matoba firmly believed in the strength of the horse, allowing him to claim a victory alongside them. To Matoba, a win was a collective between a racehorse and jockey,
Well,
and he alone could never claim that title.
yeah. Wait, does that... Saying it like that implies that there are jockeys that don't think that way. That they don't think that what is effectively a team sport between a jockey and the horse isn't a collective effort, and a win isn't just his win but the horse's win. Or are there jockeys that don't think like that? They just think, yeah, oh me baby, let's go! Like, pop the champagne at third place. I did that, all me. Screw the horse. Like, are there jockeys like that? Not. You know what? It takes all kinds. There might be.
Matoba had a deep connection with every horse he worked with, making each victory a catalyst to only deepen the connection he had with each horse he raced. After nearly a year of trial and tribulations, Grass Wonder had fully bounced back from an injury that forcefully paused his career. Even though his trainer and jockey thought that Grass would never claim another victory, he would act to prove them wrong in the final race of 1998. This victory would end Grass Wonder's racing career on a high note that year. Before we move on to the remaining 2 years of Grass Wonder's career, it is important to establish the generation that he participated
The golden one.
The Golden Generation is a term that describes a generation of horses who were born in 1995 and reached their classic year in 1998. Many of Season 1's cast are members of this Golden Generation. This generation was described as incredibly strong, bringing forth fierce competition across the duration of several key races. This generation would also see both Japanese and foreign-bred horses rise to stardom with a series of impressive victories. Horses of this generation would include
Special Week,
Seiyun
Sky,
El Condor Pasa,
Dasta.
King Halo,
Like,
Seiyun Sky, El Condor
like, American, I guess you could say American wrestling. America has the wrestling culture, but I'm like, come on. Like, I'm assuming they went with, like, El Condo Pasta's vibing, like, game because of the name, which, yeah, sure. But, like, look me in the eye and if you, let's say you knew nothing about, like, the horses prior, and you saw El Condor Pasta and asked where her origin was, you would not say American. You would not guess American. That would not be your first guess. Let's see, the other people that weren't named so far were Grass Wonder and King Halo, right? For the Golden Generation. Although, oh man, King Halo, I wonder if they made her intentionally not that strong or good in the game as well. Oh man, that's so sad.
Masa, King Halo, and Grass Wonder. 1999 would prove to be a monumental year for Grass Wonder, with one of his future races being a major upset in the Golden Generation. At the start of the year, Grass Wonder's original goal was to race in the Nakayama Kinen on March 14th.
It was the horse's goal.
After examining Grass Wonder and discovering muscle pain in his right shoulder, his trainer would instead aim to compete in the Osaka High held on...
Is that actually just one of the victory trophies you get from winning a race? Because it's just like... No, maybe it's just fucking American sports brain or just any sports brain. I usually just think big trophy for big reward. But no, it is a nice trophy, just a sensible size and not oversized. It actually can... It's a trophy that can actually fit in your hands nicely. And you don't, like, have to grab it from, like, the hilt.
April 4th. Almost in a string of unfortunate events, Grass Wonder will receive a laceration after the final training session before the Osaka High.
Why?
This would once more cause his trainer to pull him from the race.
Oh wait,
this time
laceration, injure, not whip. Laceration, right? In like a strain laceration, not like you whipped it laceration. Surely you wouldn't do intense whipping to a horse that's had an intense injury, that's had a injury already, that's set it back during, like, what, like, nearing its, like, I think this is during its final year. Surely you wouldn't do that, right?
Grass Wonder would claim yet another victory at the KO High Spring Cup, finishing the race slightly in front of the second place recipient, Air Jihad.
Oh, wait, I just realized, I'm so dumb. I think a while back, like, during, like, earlier in it, boom, 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 flashback, I said, oh, she got second place because I saw Grass Wonder number 2, thinking second place. No, that was just the, like, rate, like, her position number and, like, the number on her for, like, one, spectators to be able to easily indicate, like, what horse is which and all that. I'm a dumb.
In the following race, Grass Wonder would compete against Jihad once more, but despite being the fan favorite, he'd place second, losing by a nose to Jihad. With one win and one loss under his belt for his 1999 career, the next race Grass Wonder would participate in will be one of the most iconic of his race history. The Takarazuka Kinen is one of 2 all-star races held in Japan alongside the Arima Kinen. In these races, a vast majority of horses are selected by fan vote, while the remainder are determined by total prize money won. In this race, Grass Wonder would be second favorite to win, and second in the fan voting. This placement was beneath the fan favorite, Special Week. Special Week was an incredibly
That main
strong
character
horse during
pro
his
tag
time,
looking ass.
sired by Sunday Silence, and whose dam was a descendant of Maruzensky. This race is reflected in the Umamusume anime, where Grass Wonder's
Serious
dead
look.
focus is reflected on the target marking tactics of Matoba. Matoba would heavily mark Special Week in this race.
Sorry, I'm just like, what is with those outfits? Like, they're unique, and they are eye-catching. I'm just trying to figure out why. Like, why do they gotta have a fit like that? That looks like they made the pattern from kids' pics. And
Race, keeping a close eye on him as he jockeyed Grass Wonder. In the anime,
So
Grass
many
surges
stripes.
past Special Week in the final 200 meters of the race, directly reflecting Matoba's command to pursue Special Week in actual racing footage. In the anime, Grass Wonder's concentration comes off Special Week's failure to realize Grass as a real competitor.
oh, wait, Special Week. Wait. In the anime, she
At this
doesn't
point-
even acknowledge Ras Wonder as a competitor. Damn, that's sad. Oh, Silent Suzuka gets an injury in the anime. That's so sad. Let me go back a few seconds. Wait.
Week's failure to realize Grass as a real competitor. At this point in
Wow,
the
that-
anime, Special Week
Wow, that's fucked. Just not even fucking acknowledging her.
takes excessive care of Silent Suzuka, who had injured herself at the Autumn Tenno show. This resulted in Grass Wonder's sheer determination to persevere and defeat Special Week at this race. Grass Wonder would claim victory by 3 horse lengths over Special Week. This would also mark a milestone in Grass Wonder's career, winning both the Arima Kinen and the Takarazuka Kinen, 2 races which made
Two
up the
big
Grand Prix.
the big
With this
races.
overwhelming victory, the next race would be the Mainichi Okan, a race Grass had previously placed 5th in 1998.
Wait, I mean, I'm so sorry for pausing again because I'm confused. Was it only? Actually, they literally explained it earlier in the video, and I just forgot. It went one ear off the other. So, foreign horses weren't allowed in. Was it just the Triple Crown races specifically, or was it G1? I want to say it was G1, but now I'm. No, it can't be G1 races because Marozinski won that G1 race. So is it legit just the Triple Crown races that your foreign horses were barred from? Oh man, one day I will not have that Dory level memory. Today's not that day.
This time, Grass Wonder would barely seize victory over Meisho Odo, redeeming his previous loss in 1998. Though the final race of Grass Wonder's career in 1999 isn't displayed in the Umamusume anime, it is a race that holds high significance in both his career and the career of another. Just like the Takarazuka Kinen, at the 1999 Arima Kinen, Grass Wonder would find himself once more against Special Week. This holds high significance since this would not only mark revenge for the Takarazuka Kinen if
Rivalry.
Special Week won, but also because this was Special Week's final race before retirement. In the
That is a different outfit. Like it has like wait what? What was the that was definitely a different
But
outfit,
also-
right? Yeah, showing a lot more skin.
because this was Special
Frills. Like no idea why it's a different outfit, but it's certainly a different outfit. I'm not the big personally I like the outfits that are less idol focused. Maybe it's just like a lot of the idol outfits just don't really click with me. In fact, the idol part of the game is probably the part I resonate the least with, which is funny because I like Smart Falcon, but that's a completely different conversation.
Week's final race before retirement. In the month prior to the Arima Kinen, Special Week had competed in the Japan Cup. It would be at this race where Special Week would make history, claiming a victory for Japan once more. This was during a period where Japanese racehorses were fighting to retain the Japan Cup title. Special Week's win would continue off the victory of El Condor Pasa, and be followed by the victories of TM Aparo and
Chuny
Jungle
Goat.
Pocket.
Jungle
Unsurprisingly,
Pocket.
the victory at the Japan Cup gained a lot of attention for Special Week. However, Grass Wonder still remained the fan favorite to win. Special Week's jockey was also a famous figure in Japan.
Oh.
Yutaka
Oh. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm assuming that... Oh, wait, this is now more assumptions. Special Week's, like purplish, pink, and white color scheme is because of the jockey's color scheme, right? I'm assuming a lot of the outfits go that way, although... Unless... Fucking... Miyamoto Top Guns! Jockey was wearing a fucking bomber jacket all the time, which, if so, rad as fuck. I'm assuming some are based, like, some if not all probably have, like, some ties to the jockey outfit, but, like, some are, like, more obvious or more pronounced. Yeah, pronounced is the right word. More pronounced than others.
in modern day is still an active jockey, being the first in Japan's history to claim over
bow and arrow?
4,000 victories across a multitude of races. Recently, he claimed his 4,600th victory on the track. In addition to a seasoned understanding of horse
4,000.
racing, Take had also jockeyed for various horses we see in Umamusume, a few being Kitasan Black, Oguri Cap, Super Creek, Mejiro McQueen, and Air Groove. Both Special Week and Grass
That's
Wonder would
one
keep
lineup.
a heavy eye on each other, waiting for the other to spurt to give chase as the race began. Both Matoba and Take were planning to wait it out and see who acted first. However,
Don't add mustard. Mustard. Don't.
when Saru
I was. That's one way to break suspense and emotion. Damn. Hopefully that. How much is AdSense? Give him that AdSense.
However, when Saru Musuyoshi, another competitor, began his spurt, Matoba gave chase. This resulted in Take commanding Special Week to surge as well. This fierce battle for the finish line resulted in both competitors
Oh, damn, it's like
literally
4.
neck to neck. The race was so
Not
close
even
that
just them, like
it resulted in both
there's 4, like, perfectly, more or less, like, almost in sync lined up at,
competitors finishing literally
like, yeah, pretty, like, this was a really close race, holy.
neck to neck. The race was so close that a photo finish needed to be announced to determine the winner.
Oh,
There was
damn.
a lot on the line for both racehorses. For Special Week, it was the
A lot of money on the line for all the spectators, because wait. Japan has some more stricter gambling rules. Like, I know you can't, like, get prize money from gaming tournaments in Japan because of, like, certain laws. But how is that the same for horse betting? Or is, like, horse betting just not a thing and it's, like, legit just for the love of the game? Well, if so, respect, but now I just don't know.
redemption for the defeat at the Takarazuka Kinen, and the continuation of victories following the Japan Cup. For Grass Wonder, it would be defeating Special Week yet again, and receiving his second Arima Kinen victory. Yutaka Take was confident that Special Week had claimed victory, but the results would shatter his expectations. Grass Wonder had beaten Special Week by only a few centimeters difference. This victory would hold heavy significance, with Grass Wonder being the only racehorse from the Golden Generation to best Special Week not once,
But twice.
This was also a milestone with the third consecutive win in the Grand Prix titles for Grass Wonder, claiming the 1998 and 1999 Arima Kinen and the 1998 Takarazuka Kinen titles. This feat was only accomplished
Now begs the question, if Grass Wonder didn't have that injury earlier on, like, that, like, made her, like, the horse, real life horse is him, like, that 10-month break, what would have happened?
once before by Speed Symboli.
Although there's a
Julia
lot of what
displayed
ifs
Grass
with horse
Wonder's racing
injuries.
capabilities. Following the dominant career in 1999, Ogata planned on retiring Grass Wonder. However, with the retirement of El Condor Pasa in Special Week, he wanted to see how Grass would perform for one final year. Instead of playing a hand in directly training Grass, Ogata would instead observe from afar. Sadly, Due to the exchange of hands and change in diet and training, Grass Wonder's final year of racing would be unremarkable, with his highest placement being 6th at the Nikkei show. Comically, you could blame this on Grass Wonder's American descent. Due to a change in caretakers, Grass Wonder was fed far too much, and ultimately would overeat, gaining over 20
Americans and overeating. Name me a better combo. More iconic duo.
His racing career in the year 2000. This made him a lot more sluggish and far exceeded the recommended weight for each race he participated in. This would also prove to be a struggle for Matoba, Grass Wonder's jockey. With the string of defeats and the rapid weight gain, Matoba would see less inquiries to jockey other racehorses. The handling of Grass Wonder's final year didn't shine a stellar light on the jockey, even if it wasn't his fault for the horse's current state. Matoba would eventually win the mile championships alongside
those stripes just, and like, let's say Grass Wonders. I don't have her as the 3-star, but I think it's like a more like standard, like blue, like a navy blue. Why am I trying to remember something off memory that you've barely even seen? You've only seen it in versus screens.
Agnes Digital and soon retire in 2001, becoming an assistant training instructor. After retirement, Grass Wonder will reside in the Big Red Farm in Hokkaido. It would be here that Grass Wonder would enjoy retirement life.
Would it be a
balloon
Breenstone?
to a well-fed
What?
horse.
Oh, fuck. That's a big lad. That's a chunker. That could probably outside some bears width-wise, damn.
Grass Wonder would have 1,327 children, with more than half being winners in their own respective races.
I'm sorry, how many?
27, a well-fed horse.
Yeah, it is very well fed.
Grass Wonder would have 1,327 children.
1,327. If I'm not mistaken, when it comes to horses giving birth, it's like one at a time. It's not like a litter like dogs or cats or like stuff like that. So it's one at a time. Granted, it's a guy, so he could just, you know, be real busy with a lot of horses. And that's probably just what happened. He was just a very, very busy horse. But that 4 digits, that is an impressive amount.
With more than half being winners in their own respective races. Due to this, Grass Wonder was considered a successful sire in his retirement days.
Yeah, I would say.
Funnily enough,
yeah, I would say
Big Red Farm is also where
Goldship. Didn't Goldship also have a ridiculous amount of sires? And hopefully that, even with all those hopefully there isn't much inbred issues. Like, I'm hoping there isn't.
Spent his time later in Grass Wonder's retirement life, though they never raced together.
But yeah, like, did they not do retirement races together, maybe?
And Grass Wonder would get along.
Let me go back a few seconds, because let me go back to Goldship. Oh man, like, I haven't seen much of actual real life Goldship. I've seen a few things, but they. Oh man.
Farm is also where Goldship would spend his time later in Grass Wonder's retirement life. Though they never raced together, it is said that Goldship and Grass Wonder would get along fairly well with one another.
They were buddies.
Grass Wonder would also be the highest real-life horse to receive donations from fans of the Umamusume franchise. Even with the explosive rise of Haru Urara, she still sits second to the amount of support given to Grass Wonder in retirement.
Oh really? Like, she even behind. Interesting. Like, Grass Wonder, like, Umamusume wise, like, she's one of those characters who's, I'm like, yeah, she's alright. Like, she's just not, like, one of those characters I'm a super fan of, you know what I mean? I'm curious, like, is it just chill vibes and Japanese aesthetic that made just those high donations?
Grass Wonder would live out the remainder of his days
also RP Haru.
Fed and active. living a life of leisure at the Big Red Farm. Grass Wonder would also be represented in the Umamusume anime not only as a rival of Special Week, but also as a member of Team Regal. This team would have some of Japan's most influential racehorses as members. However, over time, each one would sadly pass away. The same can be said for the members of the Golden Generation. One by one,
All things
leaving a
must come to an
legacy
end.
behind, both in the fans and in the remaining members who are still alive. Grass Wonder would pass away at the ripe age of 30 on August 8th, 2000.
That is a well-lived horse. Like, yeah, like that's near the end of a lifespan of a horse, if I'm not mistaken. Like I searched it up and I was like, how long do horses usually live? Like 30 was like the high end, so very well-lived life.
2025, marking the passing of the final member from this golden generation. Although this marks the ending of a historical period in Japan's horse racing history, it certainly will not be forgotten. Through countless dedicated fans and avid members of the Umamusume community, the legacy of these horses will remain strong in the years to come. A community that was already dedicated in Japan has now spread worldwide.
It's
A
global,
perfect way
baby.
to bring people together and to ensure that these legacies are never forgotten.
So sorry
This
to
was
laugh.
the
It
story
was. Oh, I'm sorry.
Of Grass Wonder, a racehorse who would bounce back from injury and take on the strongest of his generation, personified in Umamusume by a kind and gentle Uma, whose smile could warm anyone's heart. Rest in peace, Grass Wonder, and thank you for sharing your story with all of us.
Yeah,
Until
thank you.
next time, take it easy, everyone, and I'll see you all
Next
in the
time.
next one.
Oh man, I'm so sorry to laugh at the end. It was so emotional, and it definitely, it's probably just because time wise, but seeing the jockey in the yellow and black stripes just like kind of chasing after, for whatever reason I found that funny. I'm so sorry to laugh at like a very intense time. But yeah, great video. Learned a decent amount. I was actually pretty close to most of the things. The only thing actually, now I think about it, the entry from Marzinski's like story mode, like you're often tell her or to don't overdo it during Grass Wonder's story mode. I don't think there was an injury in story mode, was there? I don't know. Maybe there was. But yeah, great video by Firehex. Quick link sync because I can. And great video. Go support it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and help feed the fiend. If I have the hype option, use the hype option. If you want to donate, there's a link in the description. You do you. It's your life.